Welcome back to the Art of Living Well podcast. So, when I say the word creatine, what comes to mind? Maybe bodybuilders or guys in the gym trying to bulk up. But here's the reality: creatine is one of the most researched supplements available, and now we're learning that its benefits extend far beyond muscle building. In fact, some of the most exciting research is looking at creatine's role in women's health, especially during perimenopause, menopause, when changes in hormones can impact our muscles, metabolism, energy, recovery, and even our brain health. Welcome to the Art of Living Well podcast. We're Marnie and Stephanie, and each week we share grounded, practical tools to help you feel strong, steady, and energized in midlife and beyond.
So, what is creatine anyway? I feel like we should start with the basics because we hear this word so much, but do we really know what it is? Creatine is a naturally occurring compound made from 3 amino acids. And your body does produce creatine on its own. And you get small amounts from food like red meat, which I don't eat, fish, and seafood. And about 95% of the body's creatine is stored in your muscle tissue, with smaller amounts being stored in the brain and other tissues. And its primary job is to help your cells produce ATP, which you may remember from biology in high school. ATP is essentially the energy currency in your body, and it's how every cell in your body keeps going, especially during exercise. So we want to think of creatine as helping recharge our cellular batteries so your body can create energy and use it more efficiently so that we have more energy in general. And this is why we have heard about creatine for decades and why athletes are using it. But now researchers are discovering that muscles aren't really the only tissues that are benefiting from creatine and having more energy in general. And so we're seeing that creatine has all of these other benefits that we're going to talk about and why women in particular should pay attention to creatine.
Yeah, and if it makes a lot of sense when we were doing some research for this, when we talk about energy and the benefits that creatine has with our ATP, right? And women go through such different fluctuations during the month and then later in perimenopause and menopause with our energy. Like, how many of you a week or two before your cycle just feel kind of blah and don't really have the energy to hit it at the gym because our hormones are fluctuating? So the fact that using and supplementing with creatine can give us more energy and help our bodies produce more energy is super exciting in my mind. And women just generally have lower creatine stores than men. And some of that is related to our dietary consumption because I think in general, I'll speak for my household, men tend to eat more red meat than women. And as much as I love seafood, I'm not eating it every single day, unfortunately, unless I'm on vacation somewhere where it's more abundant. And then as our estrogen declines, we tend to that's when our muscle mass tends to decline a bit, right? And recovery may be harder. And so one of the great benefits about creatine is it does help with your recovery. So you can work your muscles really hard and then not feel like you can't walk the next day, right? And then get back to the gym and just an active life more quickly.
Well, and it's interesting because I've had such a love-hate relationship with creatine in general. Right now, I'm in a love relationship. But first of all, I remember when it was brought to my attention, I was like, there's no way I'm taking that. That's like for bodybuilders and men. And then as we started to learn more about it, I tried a few different brands. I was feeling bloated from it. But I think what I discovered is the bloat really wasn't from the creatine per se. I think it was just from what was going on in my body. And eventually, as I worked some of that out, now I take creatine every day, and I even take more than I initially had set out to for the brain benefits, which we'll get into later. And I don't feel like I'm bloating from it. So it's so interesting.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I've been taking it for several years. And I remember my older son wanted to take it, and he took it a couple times, and he was complaining of the bloating. I didn't get that, but we'll go over that later as to why that happens. But it's a very small amount. Even when they've done studies on how much weight you're actually gaining, and it is water weight, it's a very, very small amount. So don't worry about that. And also, I think you have to build up to it. So maybe you're not taking the full scoop, the 5 milligrams at once. Maybe you're starting with 2 or 3 and building up like anything else.
Yeah. So as we talk about the benefits of creatine, I know we mentioned this already, but it's so important, is that creatine supports our strength, our power, our lean muscle mass, and our recovery. And so is it a magic bullet when it comes to strength training? No. But when it is combined with strength training, it really supports your metabolism, your blood sugar regulation, your balance, your mobility, longevity, independence. These are all wonderful things. Why wouldn't we take it, right? When we're hearing this, and I do hear women say, well, I don't want to get bulky, or every time I strength train, I get bulky. We are not getting bulky from taking 3 to 5 milligrams of grams, 3 to 5 grams of creatine. We're just not. And for the most part, women are not getting bulky strength training in general.
No.
So don't be afraid to lift heavy weights. I've been lifting heavy weights for probably a year and a half now, like really heavy weights. And my biggest concern is getting injured, in all truth. It is not getting bulky, and I'm not bulky.
No, not at all. And I'm thinking about this now, but I haven't had any significant injuries, but even just a long time ago when I would lift, you'd be sore sometimes for multiple days after.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I feel it a little bit a day or two after a workout, a strength workout, but I'm not sore where I can't like lift something or walk down the stairs. And I don't know, this is anecdotal, of course, but maybe it's because I've been consistently taking creatine for several years now. And I do it every day, and we'll share some brands and kind of how we take it. Because I know sometimes people are like, oh, and one more supplement I have to take. Right. And it does typically come in a powder form. So that sometimes adds a little more effort, if you will.
I will say I still get sore. So interesting to note. In fact, walking down the stairs today, I was like, oh, I feel my legs. And I had done a faster run the other day and I was sore.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's body's different. There's no magic bullet to any of this.
I feel like you never get sore. Like I'm always sore.
No, I get sore, but it's just pretty quick. Like I feel like it's a faster recovery.
Yes.
It's not that you don't feel it. It's just not lasting for more than a day.
Or keeping you from doing
me from doing other things.
Yes. And I would say that's the same for me. But I'm also like very in tune to like every little muscle, I feel like.
Yeah, totally. And there are more studies being done specifically with women because like a lot of studies out there, they've been done with men for the most part. And now we're realizing the benefits for women. And we're going to touch on the brain health and cognitive benefits, which is super exciting for me personally. But there have been studies, again, in smaller, doses, if you will, where creatine supplementation did lead to a significant increase in strength, across perimenopause and postmenopause participants, which I think for any woman out there in middle age, that's really exciting because what happens when our muscles shrink and then our bones are impacted and we're frail and then it's like our balance is off and it's just sort of like, it really impacts the quality of our life as we age. And we're out there promoting longevity and wanting people, especially women, to be active and have long, healthy lives. And so this is something that's definitely being discussed and studied quite a bit right now, which is why we wanted to bring it to everyone's attention today.
This episode is brought to you by Good Health Saunas, your key to relaxation, rejuvenation, and better health. If you want to feel better in your body every single day, infrared sauna therapy is a powerful tool. It supports detoxification, immune health, muscle recovery, better sleep, and even healthier looking skin. And honestly, it just feels incredible. I absolutely love my Good Health Sauna and use it regularly. My husband does as well. It's become a part of our weekly routine, especially after our workouts or long days when we just need to rest and unwind. Good Health Saunas offers a commercial-grade infrared saunas with a lifetime warranty and exceptional customer service. Their team walks you through everything from selection to installation, making the process simple and seamless. You can visit their stores at the Mall of America in Minnesota or in Appleton and Waukesha, Wisconsin. Head to goodhealthsaunas.com and mention the Art of Living Well podcast for your exclusive discount. And the brain health benefits, like you said, you're excited. I'm so excited about that because who doesn't want to improve their brain health as we age? And they're finding that creatine may support memory and mental processing and attention and cognitive performance. And as you increase your creatine stores, you can improve all of these things. And so, when women are in midlife and they're experiencing the brain fog and the forgetfulness and the reduced focus and the mental fatigue, these are exciting opportunities for us. And all you have to do is put a couple scoops of creatine in your whatever in the morning daily. So they're still studying this, but the early findings are super promising. And this is one of the reasons actually why I have been very committed to creatine since I've seen this research, because I was really, like I mentioned earlier, hot and cold on creatine. And now when I've seen all the stuff about the cognitive health, I'm like, okay, I'm all in every day.
Yeah. Well, and think about like your brain needs energy, right? And so if this is helping our cells produce ATP, if creatine is, then that's going to help our brain. You want your brain to feel energized, right? And not be in that brain fog kind of state. And that's what we hear a lot of women that are in perimenopause and menopause are complaining about. That's one of the symptoms is the brain fog and the forgetfulness. So super exciting. And then I guess that probably leads into talking about the benefits during perimenopause and menopause, which we've talked about already, right? So it's preserving our muscle mass and improving our bone health, which we've talked about on other podcasts, and we'll link that up. but also the benefit with sleep and mood, your cognitive function. And these things are all really interrelated a bit, but there is a growing body of research that suggests it may be very valuable during this phase. And I even read something that it could be helpful even for women that still are menstruating during that time between ovulation and when you start menstruating. And again, I think it all has to come back to the energy aspect and how creatine works in our body.
Well, and the other thing to point out is just because we're talking about women in midlife right now doesn't necessarily mean if you're in your 20s and 30s and you're a woman, you don't need creatine. The truth of the matter is there haven't been a lot of studies focused on women. They've mostly been focused on men. So if you are wanting to have some of these benefits, I think no matter what your age is, introducing creatine into your daily routine is a good idea.
Yes, because it has been studied for a long time. So it is a well-known supplement. This is not something that's just, popped up on the radar screen and is now going to be on your Instagram feed every time you
Although it may be because we're talking about it right now.
Right. Well, yes, exactly. So just to kind of debunk a few of the myths, right? It's not just for bodybuilders like we talked about. And one of the other things that I had researched is that there could be contraindications if you have a kidney issue, and obviously consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new protocol. But for healthy individuals, this doesn't appear to be an issue. And again, if you have kidney issues, then of course, talk to your doctor first before trying creatine or any other supplement for that matter.
And some people believe that creatine causes major weight gain. Some women do notice some small increases in, like I mentioned, bloat or feeling like they're gaining weight, but you're not gaining body fat here. The cellular hydration is part of how the creatine works. My suggestion to you, if you are feeling this, is to stick with it because my experience is that does go away, or try a few different brands. If you've tried a brand for a long time and you just feel like it's not going away, try something else.
Exactly. And part of that water is that indicates that it's working because that's how creatine works. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And everyone holds on to water differently, right? So part of it just could be how your body is processing the creatine. And you don't need to do a loading phase or anything. You can just take 3 to 5 grams daily and then, build up. I would start with 3. Most of the products that I've used, like 1 serving is 5. So you could try 5, but maybe you start with 3 and go up. And then what I have heard, though, is if you really want the benefits for brain health and the muscle, is that you need to double it. You need to get to like closer to 10 a day, which again can be hard sometimes. So it's like have a routine where, you're doing it in the morning and then you're doing it at night. Some people put it in their coffee. It doesn't taste like anything. So it's just a white powder and you could mix it with just your morning glass of water, whatever you want.
Well, and the form we recommend is creatine monohydrate. Like Stephanie mentioned, 3 to 5 grams daily. I actually take 10 grams daily because I'm looking for that brain health benefit, but I did have to work up to that. I like to take it in my smoothie because I just have this big smoothie that has lots of stuff in it and it just goes down pretty easily.
Do you take all 10 at once then?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting a big bang for my buck. I have seen that you can split it up, but I just like knowing myself, I need simplicity. And if I'm constantly having to take different things all day long, it's not happening. Right. So I figure, is it perfect doing it the way I'm doing it? I don't know. I'm not going for perfection. I'm just trying to do it in general. So this is what's working for me right now. Okay. And I'm not feeling bloated from it, more importantly. But when you are choosing your creatine, you want to make sure it's pure creatine monohydrate. You want to make sure it's third-party tested. There's minimal ingredients. You're getting it from a company that has good manufacturing practices. Currently, I'm using Keon brand. We do have a code for that, Art of Living. And I've also used the creatine from Brickhouse Nutrition. They both provide high quality creatines. The one from Brickhouse Nutrition, they say it is specifically developed for women. It's called Creatone. Yeah. And you just want to find something that doesn't have fillers. You know that feeling when summer is flying by and you're just not feeling your best, a little bloated, maybe tired, not quite yourself. That's honestly what the Do It Anytime Vitality Reboot is for. It's a 7-day functional medicine detox, no extreme restrictions, no complicated protocols, and Stephanie and I are with you every single step of the way. Summer is the perfect time to hit reset. Check the link in our show notes and let's do this together.
And there's one product that I started using, which is more than just creatine, but it does have 5 grams in it. And it's from Equalife. called Cell Force. And it's cherry flavored. It also helps with like cellular, like energy. So there's additional ingredients in it. But I love it. It's like I look forward to it in the afternoon or evening and I drink it. I mix up this scoop and sometimes I do it with sparkling water and sometimes I do it with plain water. And so it doesn't seem like a chore to me because I actually like the taste and I look forward to it. But it also has it's not just creatine. So we'll link up all these in the show notes for people. But for me, it's like a fun drink. Kind of. I don't know. It's weird.
So I have a question about that. I just ordered the Cell Force. I just got it yesterday, actually. I have not tried it yet. So are you taking creatine in the morning in your smoothie or however? And
I take it with my amino acids.
okay, but you're taking it in the morning?
Yep.
And then you take your Cell Force in the afternoon. So you're separating your creatine. You're still getting the 10 grams, but you're separating it out.
But I also, so like, for instance, like I've had a lot of lacrosse games. And so I like bring it to a lacrosse game and it's like my drink that I drink there. And it tastes really good. It's something, instead of bringing a bubbly water or some people are drinking other drinks, whatever. Yes. I look forward to it. Let's put it that way.
That's so funny. Side note, I'm hoping that happens to me with Cell Force. But I've been taking like how you're describing it, the IM8.
Yes.
Nutrient, whatever drink. I really like it.
Yeah.
And I brought it on my trip with me and I would like drink it in the afternoon. And it was like, okay.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we both drink a lot of water, so that's not an issue, but sometimes you just want something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's hydrating and then there's a bunch of good stuff in it is how I look at it. And I like the taste of it because at the end of the day, this is true for food and drinks. If you don't like the taste of something, it's not sustainable. You may chug it down and just kind of like plug your nose or whatever if you don't like it for a short period of time. But reality is you're not going to do it on a regular basis for a long period of time.
So if you take away one thing from this episode, please know that creatine is not just a muscle supplement. It's an energy supplement, and it really supports our systems that help us move and think and recover and age well. And we know that you guys are craving all of those things. So maybe it's not necessary for every woman, but I don't know. It's been researched for decades, and I think Stephanie and I both think it probably is. And of course, supplements are always only one piece of the puzzle. There's never one thing that's going to do everything for everybody. We still want to strength train and sleep and eat our protein and work on our stress management and all of the things that we know you guys know already, because these are the foundations that absolutely matter the most.
Yes. So as we talk so often about on this podcast, healthy aging isn't about chasing perfection. It's about supporting our body so we can continue doing the things that we love for years to come, whether that's hiking a mountain, keeping up with your kids or grandkids, building strength in the gym, or simply having the energy and mental clarity to fully enjoy your life. So if today's episode was helpful, we'd be so grateful if you would share it with a woman who could benefit from this information. Together, we can help more women understand that growing older doesn't mean getting weaker. It can actually be an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more vibrant than ever.
Also, if you're in Minneapolis, we're having this really fun Mahjong event on July 22nd in the evening. And if you sign up, the address will be released, but it'll either be in Minnetonka or Edina. And the link is in the show notes. Tickets are limited and selling fast. And we would love to see you there if you're local.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Art of Living Well podcast. If today's episode inspired you, please subscribe, share, and leave us a review. It helps more people discover our show.
And if you're ready to take your health and happiness to the next level, we would love to support you. Whether it's through our transformative group programs, personalized coaching, or functional medicine lab testing, we help uncover the root causes of your health challenges and unlock your vitality.
Visit www.theartoflivingwell.us to learn more and book a free discovery call. Until next time, keep creating your art of living well.